কোরিয়ান গ্লাস স্কিন, হোয়াট ইজ দ্যাট? ন্যাচারালি কি করে অনেকটা ডিলে করা যায় রিঙ্কল হয়ে যাওয়ার পর আমরা কি করব? হাউ ডু ইউ রিমুভ ট্যান?
If you're someone who is highly disciplined in your 20s, it will show in your 30s. Someone who's highly disciplined in your 30s will show in your 40s. You cannot say that, I'm going to do everything that I wish to do and I still want to have great skin because my gene pool is good. So nobody can help you there. How we try and keep you younger for a longer period of time. Nothing can happen one fine day. You should not jump and pick up any product from the Instagram. There is no such formula like you go and you pick up and you'll become great.
What is a Botox? সাধারণত একটা বোটক্স সেটার যখন খরচ পড়তে পারে।
Refined sugar exaggerates aging, so you age faster. Your carbonated drinks age you faster. Botox is a neurotoxin. Wherever you place it, it relaxes your muscle. So the average cost also depends on how much unit of that particular medicine is being used where. I suddenly cannot give you a great skin once you step into 30. You have to work hard on it on daily basis, irrespective of whether it's you or whether it is me.
সানস্ক্রিন যদি ইউজ করি তাহলে SPF কত হওয়া উচিত কতটা? দিনে কতবার আমি সানস্ক্রিন ইউজ করব?
See, if you are sure, very much sure, I think a basic SPF of 30. A sunscreen is something which is a must-have, like how we all have wallets and we all have mobile phones. I think a sunscreen is as important as that. And no compromises of picking up a random sunscreen.
ন্যাচারালি গ্লোয়িং স্কিনের জন্য তোমার যদি কোনো টিপস দেওয়ার থাকে যেগুলো তারা বাড়িতে ইউজ করলে তারা অনেক দিন পর্যন্ত হেলদি স্কিন, গ্লোয়িং স্কিন রাখতে পারে। হ্যালো অ্যান্ড ওয়েলকাম টু টাইম অ্যান্ড টাইড পডকাস্ট উইথ সৌরভ। আজকে আমার একটা স্বপ্ন সত্যি হওয়ার এপিসোড, ড্রিম কাম ট্রু বলে না, সত্যি সত্যি স্বপ্ন সত্যি হয় যদি আপনি মন দিয়ে সেই স্বপ্নকে সত্যি করার চেষ্টা করেন। আজকে আমার সঙ্গে এমন একজন অতিথি এসে উপস্থিত হয়েছেন যাকে সবাই চেনে, বিশেষত আমাদের ফ্র্যাটার্নিটির যত মানুষজন তারা তাদের সৌন্দর্যায়নের যে চেষ্টা করে চলে তার পেছনে এনার একটা শৈল্পিক সত্তার হাত আছে। ইনি একজন শিল্পী যিনি মানুষের ত্বককে আরও সুন্দর করে তোলেন, সেই সঙ্গে মানুষের সৌন্দর্যকে বৃদ্ধি করেন। হ্যাঁ, আমরা জানি সুন্দর তো মানুষ ভেতর থেকেও হয়, বাইরে থেকেও হয়, কিন্তু আমাদের জীবনে ভেতর এবং বাইরে দুটোর মধ্যে একটা ব্যালেন্স করার প্রয়োজন হয়। আর যখনই অভিনেতারা বিশেষত বয়স্ক হতে আরম্ভ করে তখনই আপনারা জানেন প্রকৃতির কারণে বিভিন্ন ধরনের সমস্যা তৈরি হয় বা লুকে বিভিন্ন পরিবর্তন তৈরি হয়। সেই পরিবর্তনগুলোকে যিনি মিডাস টাচ দিয়ে ঠিক করে দেন তিনি আমার আজকের অতিথি Dr. Poonam Negi of Youthful Clinic. Hello and welcome to the show. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much. আচ্ছা, বলে নি পুনম খুব ভালো বাংলা বলেন না, সেই জন্য আমরা ওনাকে প্রশ্নগুলো বাংলায় করব, কিন্তু উনি ওনার উত্তরগুলো ইংরেজি এবং হিন্দিতে দেবেন। ওকে? হ্যাঁ, আমরা আমি সত্যি যখন পডকাস্ট শুরু করেছিলাম তখন I had a list of 5 people.
Okay.
You were one of them.
I'm so honored. And my only hesitancy was my language, which I promise I'm going to learn. And maybe the next podcast that we do, I'm going to be more fluent in Bengali.
Great. এবং এটা বলা হয় যে ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ বেসিক্যালি তো কমিউনিকেশনের একটা মাধ্যম মাত্র। আমার মনে হয় আমার অডিয়েন্স তোমার প্রত্যেকটা কথা বুঝতে পারবে, কারণ এটা আমার মায়ের সঙ্গে আমার অভিজ্ঞতা হয়েছিল। আমার মাকে নিয়ে আমি ইউপি বেড়াতে গিয়েছিলাম, উনি পুরোটা বাংলায় কথা বলেছেন এবং প্রত্যেকে ওখানকার লোকজন হিন্দিতে উত্তর দিয়েছে, দুজনেই কমিউনিকেট করেছে।
I just hope that the audience doesn't feel the gap, and I'll try my level best to make it simpler, both in English and Hindi. But I'll come back with a better Bengali.
Great. That will be our next episode.
Yes.
Okay. প্রথমেই তুমি বলো যে কলকাতার যে হিউমিড ওয়েদার, পলিউটেড ওয়েদার, এইটার ফলে আমাদের স্কিনের উপর তো প্রচণ্ড এফেক্ট হয়। তো সেইটার থেকে আমরা কিভাবে নিজেদেরকে সচেতন রাখবো বা কনসিয়াস রাখবো, কিভাবে সেটা কনসিয়াসলি অ্যাভয়েড করব?
Whenever I talk about the skin, I talk about very basic things which everybody from the age group of 15 to 50 should be doing, which is very simple stuff, like we have 8 months of summers here, we have a lot of humidity here. Very important is to hydrate yourself, have the right kind of balanced diet, and ensure that you are basically into some form of meditation or yoga or exercises. so that you do not struggle with metabolic disorders or you're not into any such diseases which create a stressful environment for your skin. Because you cannot think of having a great skin without having a great body and a peaceful mind. So I think, all in all, it's very important to have great nutritional, food or, balanced diet. It is very important to have great mental peace. Whatever you love to do, whether it is pranayama, whether it is yoga, whether it is strength training, whether it is running, whether it is swimming, anything that really keeps you engaged. Great diet, having basic care, which means at least cleansing your skin with the right kind of cleansers, and that is where our role comes in as a doctors, because that's where you need a help based on what type of skin you have, or whether you have a oily skin, then we design the entire
Now, what are the
portfolio
different skin types?
See, we have oily skin, we have dry skin, we have combination skin, we have aging skin or a mature skin. So we have different kind of skin types. Now, when you go to a doctor, her job is to figure out as to what exactly is your skin type and what is going to be the basic core few things which is going to suit your skin type, which should be the must have, and you should not jump and pick up any product from the Instagram or off label or over the counter, which is marketed by your favorite actor. I think that's where a lot of people go wrong. Apt sleep, minimum 6 to 8 hours of sleep is very, very important to have great skin. So I think the core still remains the same. There is no such formula like you go and you pick up and you'll become great. I think coming back to the basic, I always like to tell my patients that go with something which is old age, which is proven, which your family says, which is how you should be disciplined, right? And that's how you get a great skin, along with the help of people like us.
What is acne?
See, acne is basically when you have, overproduction of oil in your sebaceous gland. So that may trigger when you are in your teenage, usually post your, 13 years to 19 years is when you naturally have more secretion of oil from your oil glands. It can even be triggered sometimes during your periods or before your, menopause. So that's where we see adult acne. So now we have acne which is with the teenagers, and we have acne which is sometimes also affecting a lot of perimenopausal women or women who actually are struggling with hormonal issues because of metabolic syndromes. So we see a lot of it, especially coming from a climate like ours.
So, কি করা যায় acne problem?
See, there are basic things, as I said. Again, it boils down to the same. If you have a child who's obese, if you are somebody as a parent not keeping a check on what your children are eating, they are eating a lot of crap, they are eating a lot of processed food outside, they are having a lot of refined flour, which is maida, or they have a leaky gut, or the gut is not in the best state, you are not able to absorb the nutrients. All the nutrients are just flowing out, and you end up having obesity, you end up having cyst, which is also called as polycystic syndrome. Now that's where, or sometimes insulin resistance, now that's where the diseases start to come in. So that's where the pimples are also a part of your entire pathology. Now for that, the first thing starts from home. No matter how much we talk about the diet, I think very important is for the parents and the individual itself to focus on their own diet, have a lot of fiber-rich food, have great intake of protein, less, masalas, less dairy, cut down on the dairy, cut down on the sugar, have a good amount of good fat. So all this as a complete, nutritional balanced food would help. Along with that, I talk about cleansing the face multiple times. For a climate like ours, I usually say at least, if you have a normal skin, wash it twice. Once when you're taking a shower in the morning, once before going to bed. If you have an oily skin, you can at least wash it for 4 times, in between as well, but not more than 4 times, because that's when you just, unnecessarily cause a reflux where the skin is going to have a rebound phenomena of secreting more oil.
Okay.
Yeah, so over washing your face could also sometimes give you more reflux and more release of oil, or using very harsh products. Now this is the new thing now, so what people do is, with couple of brands which have come in the market and with no such R&D and no such strong papers presented, they're all available on social media or on your e-commerce sites. So those overusage of those drugs on patients' own is also creating acne-like, issues now.
Achha.
Where people are just randomly picking up whatever they think is right,
Yeah,
because
exactly.
their favorite actor is influencing them, and they start using actives after actives because now they have become Google doctors.
Okay.
So that also, in return, sometimes gives you more pigmentation, more acne, more issues, more sensitivity, rosacea, hundreds of such issues which are difficult to tackle.
তো অনেক সময় কি হয়, ওই ক্লেনজিং সঠিক প্রথমত তো জানা দরকার যে ক্লেন্স কিভাবে করব, যে অনেকগুলো স্টেপ বলা হয়, ওয়াশিং, ক্লেনজিং, টোনিং, সেইটা কতবার প্রত্যেক দিন করা?
See, you have to just use a simple formula. There's nothing like a cleansing, toning, and all of that. Maybe if you're somebody who's an actor who applies a lot of makeup throughout the day, may need all that process, which actually starts from first. That's what I tell all my actor patients, actors, that start using something basic like an avocado oil or your almond oil or a coconut oil, which I'm sure you do use, right? So
Yeah,
to soften up all your foundation and all those compacts and all that, and then use a degrease or a good cleanser to wipe out the overall grease, and then use a salicylic based pad which can do the degreasing. Now that is the 3-step level which is finished. Now for a person like who doesn't apply makeup, who
A normal person
can just use a degrease or a face wash, which we call a face wash. It can be any face wash. It can be a simple gentle face wash for a normal skin type. It can be a face wash with salicylic acid for a person who has acne prone skin, a face wash with lactic acid for a person with very dry and sensitive skin. So that's how the face washes are designed, and that is all that you need. You probably have to gently rub. If you have acne, then we give you a salicylic based face wash. Now the thing with salicylic face washes, that when you apply it on your face, try and have a contact time of 1 minute on the facial skin with the face wash, so that the salicylic acid in the face wash penetrates in and causes a deep pore cleansing. So that is one totka that we sort of like to tell our patients.
মানে 1 মিনিট মুখে ওটা মেখে রেখে দিতে হবে
for acne skin.
Oh, acne skin.
For acne skin, not for a skin type like yours. Yours is a normal skin type, not for a person like me, right? I have a dry skin. So for a person who has acne breakouts regularly, right? So you keep the contact period of the salicylic acid for a minute and then rinse off your face. Come out. There are pads which are like degreasing pads, which are like, so I don't talk about toners anymore because they are alcohol based, and we don't need any alcohol based product, because again alcohol triggers more release of oil. So I'm not very sure.
আমরা যে ওই ইউজ করি, ওয়েট ওয়াইপস ইউজ করি?
No, it's a big no. Nobody uses wet wipes in the West anymore. A, you can't reuse them. They're not reusable. B, they tend to give you more sweat and more oil. Instead, you can use the these degreasing pads, or you can simply in work like yours, you can simply take cold water and splash cold water. It causes vasoconstriction, and it really makes all your pores go down, and it really makes you feel more nicer because it feels as if your lymphatics is drained out, and you look less inflamed, and you look more in shape.
আচ্ছা, এবার আমরা যে বিষয়টা তোমার স্পেশালিটি আর কি, তুমি তো এনহ্যান্স করে দাও বিউটিকে বেসিক্যালি, তো সেই বিষয়গুলো নিয়ে কথা বলি। প্রথমত, একটা সার্টেন এজের পর থেকে আমাদের স্কিনে রিঙ্কলস আসতে আরম্ভ করে। এই রিঙ্কলস, প্রথমত আমাকে বলো যে ন্যাচারালি কি করে অনেকটা ডিলে করা যায় রিঙ্কল? কারণ রিঙ্কল আসবেই, কোনো না কোনো একটা পয়েন্ট অফ টাইমে রিঙ্কল আসবেই। তো আমি প্রথমত কিভাবে ডিলে করতে পারি, ওয়ান, তারপর আমরা আসবো যে রিঙ্কল হয়ে যাওয়ার পর আমরা কি করতে পারি। তাহলে প্রথমে আমরা শুরু করি যে রিঙ্কলটাকে আমরা কিভাবে ডিলে করাতে পারি।
Right. So when you talk about how to sort of really prolong
Mm.
the whole process of aging. I think again the whole subject of discipline comes here. If you're someone who is highly disciplined in your 20s, it'll show in your 30s.
Okay.
If you're someone who's highly disciplined in your 30s, it'll show in your 40s.
Okay.
Right? So you cannot say that I'm going to do everything that I wish to do, and I still want to have great
skin,
because my gene pool is good. So even if you are hereditary, genetically, if you are blessed and you don't have a disciplined life, you are going to mess it completely. So nobody can help you there. But coming back to what can be done to prolong the whole process of aging, as I said, a good diet, good sleep, some form of exercise, some form of kick. A lot of times, a lot of women come to me and I just tell them that, and they are in 40s. So 40s is the age where they suddenly realize that, oh my God, my face doesn't look the same anymore. And I used to be more fairer and I used to have no wrinkles. So I just tell them that, there's no point cribbing about what's happened. So what you have to do is change the environment around you. So you get up in the morning, make sure that you use nice warm lights in your mirror so that the moment you get up, you see brighter you. You eat healthy, you try and stay away from stress. We all cannot avoid it, but I think there is a way of a lot of people really know how to accept life and still feel happy about themselves, and whatever helps you, whether it is exercising, whether it is any other form of dancing, painting, you have to get into something which really makes your life feel worth. I have seen a lot of happy people really aging slow.
Oh, really?
Really aging slow. And there are lots, because we see all sorts of people coming to us. And the youngest that I've seen who had aged very fast was somebody who was 25 years old. So what do we say when we talk about anti-aging? Today, anti-aging is very progressive. I mean, in the sense, like, somebody as young as 25 with immense amount of stress, with bad lifestyle, with, having absolutely no passion in life, can still age.
It's going to age
faster. It's
faster.
going to age fast. And unfortunately, there is nothing that you and I can do. They have to realize on their own, take control of their own life. And I'm there only once they realize that they need me. So once they come to me, I think for delaying somebody's anti-aging, there are multiple things that we can do. Whether it is feature enhancements. Feature enhancement is more to make a woman look more feminine. Our idols, when we talk about idols. I was talking to you in the morning. I said, even when we see our idols, why is that our idols are all so nicely, groomed and
proportionate in the right way, exact.
And people accept that year after year after year. Nobody is saying our idols are aging. Our idols will have their daughters and sons around, but they will still look the same. So why is it that there is so much of expectation out of ordinary women? First of all, women have to accept themselves the way they are. Second of all, have a great, disciplined, balanced life, no matter what situation you are in. I think it is very important to find peace within yourself and accept yourself the way you are, and then work out on the little flaws where you can exceed and work out. And if at all you need our help, we have multiple things. I work with energy-based devices. I work with lasers. I work with something called as IPL, which is light-based lasers. Then we have fractional lasers. Then we have something called as high-intensity micro-focused ultrasounds. तो these ultrasounds जो होते हैं, ये आपके skin के deep layers, जहाँ पे आपके muscles होते हैं, उनको जाके contract करते हैं. अच्छा. Right? So what happens is, what's happening is your bone is regressing. Bone घिस रहा है आपका, है ना? तो jawline घिस रहा है आपका, माथे का bone घिस रहा है. And you're also losing a lot of fat, right? So what's happening is the fat is less, the bone is regressing, the skin is overlying and hanging downwards. Right. So that's how people see jewels happening. People see, we call them pre-jewels, a lot of fat on the neck, a lot of lines around the eyes,
Yeah,
a
exactly.
lot of cavity sometimes in the middle of the forehead. For a lot of other people, it may be denty, hollow under eyes or
Exactly.
sunken under eyes. For a lot of people, they may see that the nose is becoming wider. The nose is not as sharp as it used to be. Now, these are the places where we work based on our scientific approach. That's going to be super safe for you in the long run. And one more thing where we have an edge is how we try and keep you younger for a longer period of time. So I think when people come to us, what they're looking at is something which is safe, something which is more meaningful, which is going to keep them look beautiful for a long period of time. Yeah. So there are treatments where we work on these areas and strengthen your core muscles.
Okay.
By working on these technologies and working on your skin simultaneously to achieve that goal which is in your head.
আমরা এক এক করে শুরু করি। আমাদের চোখের চারপাশে যখন এই যে রিঙ্কল হয়, যেটা আমারও আসছে আস্তে আস্তে, চোখের তলার রিঙ্কলস, এইরকম লাইনস হয় এটা জুড়ে।
That's called crow's feet.
কি
crow's feet.
crow's feet.
crow's feet.
ওকে। সো সেটার কিভাবে তোমরা ট্রিট করো?
See, the first thing which starts is you using good under eye creams at home, which is going to be daily.
Achha.
Right? Nothing can happen one fine day. Right? So I think because the skin around the eye and the perioral, this is very common concern that I see most of the time. A lot of people who would come to me have an under eye dark circles and also have a perioral pigmentation. Men majorly come with temple pigmentation or a lot of double chin concerns. Now, you have to understand that you're not doing anything. A lot of men would use the creams which their wives are using at home. And that's very tense for them. ठीक है, उनको लगता है बहुत कुछ कर लिया. For a lot of women, if Deepika Padukone is selling something, then she has to buy that, irrespective of what Deepika Padukone's skincare is or skin is and what her skin type is. So I think that's where people have to really spend a little time and energy, visit whoever they are comfortable with. A lot of times, I think even your family doctors can sort of advise you where to go if you genuinely want to do something. Now, something as simple as an under eye cream is very easily available, right? So what are you doing? You're basically using a hydration to hydrate that area, which is extra thin compared to the rest of your facial skin.
Okay.
So that same under eye cream you can also use around your mouth surrounding area for people who actually have a pigmentation around the perioral area. Now that simple technique or a simple daily discipline of using that is also going to protect you from getting the under eye crinkles.
Okay.
Now let's come down to under eye hollowness. Hollowness can be hereditary. A lot of times, especially in India, we see a lot of people at the age group. I personally have seen a lot of people, even at the age group of 18 and 19, having denty, sunken eyes. So that is to do with our, racial look.
And sometimes people who wear spectacles on a regular basis, তাদের ক্ষেত্রেও it happens.
Yeah. So now if you have a dent, that means you have loss of volume from that area. Now for the loss of volume, we may use polynucleotides or we may use collagen, which are which really help in filling that space and giving you that nice and neat look.
Collagen ki tumra inject koro?
Right. There are a lot of things that we inject because if we want to be precise and reach the area where I want to reach, everything can't happen from the top. Right? If everything happened from the top, we would have none of the doctors would have researched so much and spent so much of money and would have put so many papers which show such amazing results all across the world. So we have a data which has been there for more than 40 years now, which is super safe, right? So these are very instant, gratifying, super safe, and protect you over a period of time from more loss of volume.
Acha.
Yeah, because if you lose a lot of volume in the form of fat around the eye, your entire mid-face will start coming down. So sometimes you have to fill it to prevent further progression of the aging from the mid-face area.
Bish.
So that's how we work. And coming down to the crow's feet that you were talking about. So usually the crow's feet doesn't come alone. You'll see crow's feet and you'll also see few lines on the bottom, right? Now that's because as you age, you know, somebody who's 20 years would have more subcutaneous fat. We have skin, we have fat, we have muscle, we have bone. Yeah? तो जितना ज़्यादा आपका फैट होगा उतना आपका स्किन कुछ नहीं होगा, उतना बाउंसी होगा, उतना जब आप एक्सप्रेशन कर रहे हो, बात कर रहे हो तो वो वापस अपनी जगह पे आ जाएगा. लेकिन जितना आपका एजिंग है, you know, where you lose a lot of volume in terms of your subcutaneous fat, there with constant aging and constant usage of your expressions, it is not going to bounce back. Eventually it's going to start, you know, shrinking, and you will see it in the form of wrinkles. Now that's where we need help. So we relax those over acting muscles. Agar aap actor ho aur aap bar bar, you know, you use your this muscle and you have this habit of bringing your brows closer because you work or you're doing a negative role, or you're highly expressive, you're a dancer and you keep pulling your eyebrows up, you are bound to see the wrinkles faster than a normal person.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
So when we correct it at the right time, it really saves you from aging.
Acha.
Right? So people have this
কিভাবে তোমরা কারেকশনটা কি
now
করো?
that this is where we use the toxin, botulinum toxin, right? So a lot of people have this huge fear when it comes to the toxins.
Yeah.
But it's such a useful
Are you talking about neurotoxins?
Yes, I'm talking about the neuromodulators. Now these are the ones which really relax your over you know, how do you say, over expressive muscles. So when you do it at the right time, you would see that your aging is controlled and you are not getting the fine lines. Maybe if you are in your 40s and you started taking it from the time when you were 30, you will see that compared to your people who are in the same age bracket, you look more youthful. So this is something that nobody talks. People who take neurotoxins never talk about this to anybody else. I just simply don't understand why they don't talk about the pros. They don't talk about the good part of it. But this
is retinol a neurotoxin?
No. Retinol is a vitamin A based cream. It's not a neurotoxin. Neurotoxin is Botox or a Neuronox, or you know, we have multiple other brands which are there today. Jawline. So these are all you know, neurotoxins. And you cannot use it at home. These are the treatments for which you have to come down to the clinic, and based on what sort of work you have and how deep are your expression lines and what age bracket you fall in, we decide how to give it to you so that you look nicer and age gracefully.
মানে তাহলে 30s থেকেই কি লোকজনের এই বিষয়টা নিয়ে কনসিয়াস হওয়া উচিত যে আমার 40s এ লাইনস আসবে, wrinkles আসতে পারে, তাহলে আমি এখন থেকে I'll go to a doctor?
I won't say that, but I think if you have a work which, now imagine if somebody is a marathon runner, right? Now that man is running all throughout the year in intense sun at early morning with highest UV radiation. Now he is bound to get those lines. Somebody who's an actor is bound to get the lines because you have to scream, you have to shout, you have to make expressions which are visible on the big screen. So you make more expressions than me. My job keeps me calm throughout the day. Now, if I don't use my expression lines, I'm not going to get those wrinkles, and I'm going to get them later compared to you. But you're going to get it faster.
Okay.
So how do you postpone it? How do you save yourself from not getting it? One is that. One is imagine someone already has a very dry and damaged skin to begin with. As I said, you know, there are times when I see someone having a very dry and crinkled skin even at the age of 25. So there can be an underlying pathology, there can be something that she's gone through, there can be immense stress, there can be bad nutritional reasons, there can be stressful life, whatever the reason may be. Now again, that is where we need to use the Botox to ensure that she looks her age.
Okay, exactly so.
Right? So you can't say that let's leave it on the nature.
No.
And let you age gracefully.
তাহলে তুমি আমার একটা জিনিস বলো, বোটক্স কি তাহলে শুধু ইনজেকশনের ফর্মেই যে নেওয়া হয় তা নয়? You can have the
no. Currently we only have it in the form of injectables. And I think again, when people have this fear of Botox, I think people should not be fearful of the Botox. People should
What is a Botox?
Botox is a neurotoxin. Wherever you place it, it relaxes your muscle for a span of time, which can be 2 months to 3 months.
2 months to 3 months.
Yes, so you need to retake it after every 3 to 4 months.
Acha, jodi na ni, what will happen?
Nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. It's just that your fine lines or your wrinkles will again start showing up.
Okay.
But when you take it properly, imagine if you're in your 50s and you have 2 deep lines and you are taking it at a proper interval. After a year, you may feel that your wrinkles are absolutely flattened up and gone.
But tell me one thing, এই যে বোটক্স নেওয়ার পর বলে তাহলে মাসল যে রিল্যাক্স হয়ে যায় সেটার বোধহয় একটা কারণ এখানকার নিউরনগুলো আর কাজ করে না।
Nothing like that, because the dose that you're using is only to relax that individual muscle. There is a dosage. That is where the job of a great doctor comes in. Any good work that you see, do you see how people paint? You know, a good painter is the one who will make it look so natural. Similarly, a good doctor is the one who will do such a wonderful job, nobody can make out that you've done something.
Achha.
So that's how you differentiate between the good hand and an ordinary hand. So it is like a canvas and a drawing.
মানে তাহলে কি ওই অ্যামাউন্টটা ভীষণ ইম্পর্টেন্ট, কতটা নিউরোটক্সিন ইউজ করা হচ্ছে,
not just the amount, based on which muscle needs to be worked upon, you know, how is the skin thickness, you know, so all these things matter a lot.
না কিন্তু তাহলে মানে নিউরোটক্সিন নেওয়ার পর সেই মাসলটা মানে তো তার মানে সেই মাসলটার এক্সপ্রেশনসও তো আসবে না, মাসলটা তো রিল্যাক্সড হয়ে আছে, রিঅ্যাক্ট করবে না।
But we are having a controlled relaxation of that individual muscle so that it does not lead to any wrinkle over a longer period of time. I am not relaxing all your muscles and freezing them. That's where it goes wrong. Right?
কারণ আমি বলিউডের বেশ কিছু আগেকার দিনে হিরোইন্সদের দেখেছি যে এই ট্রিটমেন্টসের পরে এমন একটা সময় আসতো যে তখন আর তাদের মুখটা মনে হতো মাস্ক পরে আছে, মানে কোনো এক্সপ্রেশনসই বেরিয়ে আসে না। সেটা আমি খুব পপুলার অ্যাক্ট্রেসদের ক্ষেত্রেও কিন্তু দেখেছি। হয়তো তখন টেকনোলজি এতটা উন্নত ছিল না, সেই জন্য হতে পারে, এত সায়েন্স উন্নত ছিল না, সেটার জন্য হতে পারে।
Wouldn't fully agree, but what I would say is see, there can be good doctors, there can be good artists. So that's why I think the choice of the right doctor matters, I feel, you know. And it just doesn't happen here in Bollywood, it also happens in Hollywood.
Yeah.
You know, so
Absolutely.
some mess happens everywhere.
Yeah, even if you look at Sylvester Stallone's face
I
these
wouldn't
days.
want to take names.
No, I am going to take names. That's not a problem. মানে ওই রকির সময় সিলভাস্টার স্ট্যালোনের ফেস বা র্যাম্বোর সময়ের ফেস, তার পরবর্তীকালে এখন তো মনে হয় মুখটা ইজ নট ওয়ার্কিং এট অল, এবং একজন অ্যাক্টরের পক্ষে that's very, you know, something
I think
they will be scared about.
I think a good work is a work which looks subtle. I think a good work is work which makes you look very much you, and a good work is something which nobody can make out.
Exactly so.
So I think that's a good work.
Yeah.
I think absolutely. So that's how, but that's where I think people have to really put their choices in the right place and not think of something, you know, not think of just saving the money and finding out the cheapest doctor in the town. So I think that's where we and that's how I think, not just for injectables, even for the devices, I'm extremely passionate about having some of the best devices which are all US FDA approved.
সাধারণত একটা বোটক্স ধরো এই পোর্শনটা বোটক্স করাবো, মানে ট্রিটমেন্ট করাবো, মানে রিঙ্কল রিমুভাল বেসিক্যালি, সেটার কিরকম খরচ পড়তে পারে? বোটক্স ট্রিটমেন্টের খরচ কিরকম?
I'm going to tell you the average, because the Botox is not just done on the forehead.
Okay.
We do it on the forehead. We do it for the angry lines in between the glabella. We do it for the crow's feet. We do it for the nasal wrinkles. We call it bunny lines.
Okay.
We do it.
Bunny lines.
Yeah, bunny lines. We do it for people who actually have, you know, they show their jaw when they smile. When they smile, the entire, you know, jawline is visible. So we do it for that. We do for people who actually have hypertrophied muscle here, so it can actually slim their face. We do it for platysmal bands, so that your neckline. So multiple areas. We do it for underarms. To if you have sweaty underarms, if you have sweaty palms or your feet. So it's not only restricted to the forehead. So it has multiple indications. So the average cost also depends on how much unit of that particular medicine is being used where. So average may start from 25,000 onwards, based on how much medicine. See, we don't make the medicines, we also buy the medicine, and this medicine is an expensive drug because it is not currently because of the fact that it is not so well popular in India. In the West, it is. So people use it immensely. Everybody is taking it. Even your China, Hong Kong, Korea, and Thailand is also highly, these products are in demand. But in India, we still have so much of negative things that we hear from sometimes people who are taking it. So I just don't understand the psychology, but for some reason, so the drug is an expensive drug. And once we reconstitute it, you have to finish it the very same day.
আচ্ছা
Now, considering all of those things, it comes with a cost. But the cost is dependent on where all you're using it.
আচ্ছা বেশ না তুমি আমায় একটা জিনিস বলো এই যে ধরো তুমি বলছো 25,000 আবার বাইরে এমন কিছু জায়গাও আছে যেখানে এগুলো আরো অনেক কম দামেও পাওয়া যায় এবং এইটা বলা হয়ে থাকে যে ডক্টর পুনম নেগি হচ্ছে সবচেয়ে এক্সপেন্সিভ কসমোটোলজিস্ট
I'm proud to actually keep authentic lasers, some of the gold standard lasers which you will find in the US are with me, and not today. It's been there with me from the last 16 years. So I think my patients understand what I have. And they are ready to pay the value because your lasers range. If you get a great laser, it may range from 1.5 CR to a literal Chinese make can even cost you 5 lakh rupees, right? So it's not that we enjoy being expensive. It's not that I enjoy that thing. It's just that the shots will not suffice,
and you're not going to compromise with that.
And it will not do justice to my people who are working for me or the expenses that I need to pay, because my single shot may not cost the value that somebody else is selling it for. So I don't believe in it's never even bothered me when people say that she's expensive. I think I have always focused to keep the best for my patients because that's the kind of patients who come to me, and somewhere that's the kind of expectation people have out of me. And I just believe in giving the best, doing an honest job. And yes, of course, I do charge because we do have people who work for us who have to run their families. And it's definitely not a charity that I'm doing. And I want to make an immense difference. So I'm a very passionate doctor. So there are ways which I have started, which are followed today by the other clinics.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
I think a person who understands the way I work understands the reason. But yeah, these things come with a cost for sure.
আর কতদিন পর কতদিনের ইন্টারভ্যালে বোটক্স কন্টিনিউ করতে হয়?
See, Botox, as I said, somebody like you, if you are in this age group, imagine, I'm not very sure as to what age group you are, but if you're 40 plus, right? So you can take it twice in a year.
Twice a year.
Or if you're really lucky and if you have very few lines, you can even take it once in a year. Okay. Now, somebody who is over 55 and has deep wrinkles may need it every 3 months. So it is absolutely based on how longer the effect of the toxin stays on you and how frequently do you need it. So it's very individualistic. It's not the same for everyone.
Achha.
However, the skincare, like the skincare that you do at home has to be daily. Yeah, your good food has to be daily. Your everything has to be daily. But also the skincare, the topicals that you use at home should be daily followed. And if you really want to come and just make sure कि मेरे wrinkles नहीं आए, मेरा fat loss नहीं हो, मेरा extra fat कम हो जाए, मेरे muscles toned रहे, skin lifted रहे. For that, I ask you to come once in a month and similar to how you are disciplined about all the other things, be disciplined and be focused and take care of your skin. Because I suddenly cannot give you a great skin once you step into 30. You have to work hard on it on daily basis, irrespective of whether it's you or whether it is me, along with all the other things that I do. So once in a month is a safe practice, and this is how I design the treatments for my patients, where I call them every month and look at all the concerns that they have and work towards it. Great. So there are times when the patients may not know, that they have bunny lines. The patients may not know that their lips, because of the age, is inverting inwards, right? So we have to make sure that the lips don't invert and we evert the lips. Now these are small things that you can do. Or somebody has a double chin, but they don't notice it because their family says it's okay, you look chubby and you look nice. Right? So you have to work on it, and they may come for something else. A person with super heavy submental fat or a double chin may come to you for a pigmentation. Right? So as a doctor, you understand that these are the concerns. If I work in a certain fashion, it's going to give her an overall beautiful outlook, which she may not see right now.
Right. আচ্ছা, these injections are painful? কারণ এর মধ্যে অনেকক্ষণ ধরে
I won't say painful because we do use anesthesia, and the anesthesia,
thank God.
there are anesthetic creams that we use.
Because I have seen the needles are like this big sometimes.
Where did you see that?
In your reels.
In fact, they are they are called cannulas. They are not needles. They are blunt tip cannulas, where sometimes you may make only one insertion and try and reach multiple areas with that long needle, so that I don't have to poke you again and again.
Okay.
With one insertion, I reach multiple areas and finish off the work. So they're called cannulas. But the needles are very teeny weeny. They are very fine and
they're very scary.
I think I'm more. People are scared of my videos, and I think I'm the only one who puts so many injectable videos left, right, and center.
Yeah. Because every day I watch your videos and I feel no, I'm never going to do it because I'm scared of a tetanus injection. So how am I going to take that?
No, but I think these are very gratifying. Tetanus, you may feel better and you don't know what's happened to you. But these are like, you have wrinkles, you take the injections, the next day you have no wrinkles. So it's so gratifying. You have double chin, you take the treatment, and next day you have no double chin. So you come down with a detanned face, and the next day you get up and you're glowing. So I think it's very gratifying. It's not just gratifying to the clients or the patients who are coming to us. It's also very gratifying to us. There are times when we have changed them, their complete personality, and they feel extremely emotional, and they get so you feel very nice about it.
How do you remove tan? Deep tan.
Okay, see, there are basic things. I think what you need to understand with tanning is, if you have a job which keeps you out in the sun or the kind of lights where you're working, you're bound to get the tan. If you're somebody who's always on a go, is in a marketing job, or somebody who has got super dry skin, or somebody who's an influencer or a traveler who keeps going to the mountains or to the beaches, so they are definitely going to tan, right? So the basic is to do the core treatment. Like, you can, if you have a dry skin, something like a basin, with a little bit of a curd at home.
Little bit of curd.
Curd has lactic acid, right? So it's you just mix it with basin and make it a paste, and just apply it for 15-20 minutes and then rinse it off. It's something which is going to be helpful, right? And then exfoliate your skin, right? What
is exfoliation?
See, exfoliation is when we are young, the skin turnover या फिर जो skin अपने आप झड़ता है, वो normally झड़ जाता है और कुछ करने की जरूरत नहीं होती है, because your skin is so healthy. The moment you cross 20, the skin does not exfoliate on its own. You need some form of a mechanical exfoliator, or some form of in the form of chemical peels or exfoliators and all, to cause that turnover. Turnover means skin ka surface, cleaner baby skin should come on the top, and that build-up of the dead skin has to shed down.
The exfoliators means these also have 3 kinds of peels, like the first layer, second layer, third layer peels. Is there something like that?
They have, see, the exfoliation can be with something which basically goes deep into your skin and causes the different dead skin layer of the skin to peel off. Yeah, so there are no different kind of peels, but the exfoliator may have salicylic or a glycolic, or it can have a little scrubby stuff. So those scrubs you can even make at home, no? You can use a little sugar, and you can use a little coffee powder and scrub yourself, or a little bit of atta and or a rice powder with a little bit of besan and gently scrub. So those scrubs, but this you have to do daily, because this is a daily process. Your skin is releasing oil daily, your skin is breathing daily, the sweat is there daily. So these things have to be done
on a daily basis.
On a daily basis, without fail.
If I go to you and for exfoliation.
Now, if you come to me, Now you're coming to me because you are doing all of this at home and you feel that you still have tanning where you need my help.
Yeah.
Now that is where I would help you by giving you some medicines at home which are going to be either antioxidants or lightening agents with a proper sunscreen and a night cream, and also work on you with lasers like Q-switch lasers or fractional lasers or radio frequencies based on how your skin type is, to ensure that the entire process is done way faster than how you would be able to achieve it. So if you have a social occasion, imagine you're getting married or you have a award function or a recognition, then you cannot wait, right? Because this process is going to take long.
Yeah.
And this process of, doing home care is again highly disciplined wala stuff. So you have to do it every day because the build-up is happening every day. Right? So, but when you come to me, I can make it easier for you in a safer and more efficient fashion. And the results are going to be longer lasting. So if you're somebody who doesn't have time for yourself because you're too busy mother or you're a working person or you have elders at home to take care of and you don't get the time for yourself, then it is all the more important to come to me more often. But if you're somebody who has time for yourself, then you can maintain it daily to do the basics. So a sunscreen goes a long way. A good active, which can either be an antioxidant or a vitamin C or a niacinamide or a azelaic acid, goes a long way. A good night cream with peptides, which is going to be a healer or a repair, along with the lightening agent, goes along. So these are the
না এখানে আমার অনেকগুলো ছোট ছোট পয়েন্টস আছে। এক নম্বর হচ্ছে যেটা ভীষণ ইম্পর্টেন্ট, সেটা হচ্ছে যে সানস্ক্রিন যদি ইউজ করি তাহলে SPF কত হওয়া উচিত ফর কলকাতা?
See, if you are here, very much here, I think a basic SPF of 30 with a good critical wavelength is good enough.
Good enough.
Yeah. So some sunscreens that I love is Safe Screen, Helio Care. These are some of the or your Sunstop or Acne UV, Photostable. These are very readily available in the market for a very minimal cost. Now, this is where you should not compromise. I feel a sunscreen is something which is a must-have, like how we all have wallets and we all have mobile phones. I think a sunscreen is as important as that. And no compromises of picking up a random sunscreen. When I talk about, I believe in medical grade formulations, where whatever is being said, whatever composition is being said is there, right? So that much is very utmost for a humid city like ours. So that's very important. So you don't have to have a high SPF of 130. You start with basic SPF of 30 or a 50. That is great. But make sure that you're using it daily. Now we have like fancy sunscreens. We have sunscreens with primer so that you can actually use it to hide your blemishes. There are powder sunscreens so that you don't feel greasy. There are sunscreens which are silicone based.
Silicone based?
Yeah, so which gives you a very feathery feel. Finish. So it doesn't pile on and it doesn't make your skin, it doesn't sort of close your pores and all that. So if you have a super dry skin, then a cream or a lotion-based sunscreen is great. So there are multiple forms of sunscreen, and if you don't know, then go to your doctor who you are comfortable with or who you trust the most, and at least find out the basic that you got to do. I make a lot of reels and I talk about, what are the basic skincare that you need to do. And I remember talking to you in the morning and you were talking about some Korean skincare. And I said, that's where I do not agree because it's like piling on and on and on and on and some 7 or 10 creams a day and nobody has the time for it. If you ask me, I would never do it, So and,
we will come to that, but let's stick to this point.
So for me, it's basic, bare minimal.
Okay, if I ask you, Jay, if we are in the outdoors, কতবার sunscreen use করা উচিত?
See, I assume that you
and we are sweating, like the weather outside is very humid and hot. And we are sweating. তখন কতক্ষণের ইন্টারভ্যালে এবং দিনে কতবার আমি সানস্ক্রিন ইউজ করব?
See, technically, once you wake up, you have prepared your skin, you have applied your lightening serums, you have applied your creams, ceramides, you have applied your sunscreen, and then you do your makeup. That's how you do, right? And you're set, and you are out, and you're working. After 3 hours, now here I tell my girls or the ones who come to me, I tell them that use a powder-based sunscreen. So it's like how you have those compact powders. It's like that. So you just rub it on your face, and it is like feathery rub, and you're sorted.
Okay.
So you don't even have to remove the entire makeup.
Exactly.
You just have to brush it on yourself and put it on your neck in case your neck is also exposed.
Yeah.
And this you can do, 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock, and 3 o'clock.
3 hours
By
interval.
5, you have the sun is down, right? So based on how your work need is. If I'm indoors, maybe twice.
Maybe twice.
Yeah.
আচ্ছা, এবার তুমি আমাকে বলো, আমাদের প্রচুর বন্ধুরা এখন ইয়াং থাকার জন্য রেটিনল নিচ্ছে 5 mg করে।
Very good.
Is that good?
I think
রেটিনল কি করে? আর একটা কি আইসোসেরোটোনিন or something?
Isotretinoin. No, isotretinoin. Why isotretinoin? But yeah, retinol is very nice. I, in fact, talk a lot about it. Not just retinol, I talk about glycolic acid as well. And it is not just about looking young. It is about maintaining a healthy skin.
Okay.
Because retinol not only helps you giving a lighter skin tone, removes all your tan, removes your pigmentation, removes your fine lines, helps build up collagen, helps in elasticity. So there are multiple Pandora box of the benefit of retinol.
Okay.
So I just don't understand as to why we don't talk about it. I talk so much about it. And I talk about glycolic acid as well. I think both of them together do an amazing, fantastic job of keeping the skin healthy. Yeah, that's brilliant. Isotretinoin, I would love to give to a patient who basically has acne or cystic acne or papules or pustules or infectious acne, but not otherwise, because it really dries up your skin.
তাহলে কি
Again, retinol also dries your skin when you use it. So that's where you need to meet your doctor and take the prescription dose and be under the supervision. Retinol application is super safe and you should apply it every day.
No side effects.
You want to stay
apart
good,
from okay.
you should apply it every day. It's like how you paste every day,
Okay.
how you pass your bowel movements every day.
আচ্ছা।
So you are basically cleansing, exfoliating yourself, and then in the night applying the retinol, which is not going to let the build up of the dead skin stay. Sometimes the build up of the dead skin which stays, along with that, your pigmentation also stays, because the pigment and the dead skin build up is together. So that is how you see that as you age, your skin is becoming thick, your skin is becoming pigmented, you have lost the texture, the glow is gone, the sheen is gone. So I think retinol is the safest and the most interesting thing which people can do at home and keep their skin youthful. But yes, very importantly, under a supervision, not on their own.
এখনকার একটা খুব পপুলার ট্রেন্ড, যেটা নিয়ে তুমিও বলে, দ্যাট ইজ কোরিয়ান গ্লাস স্কিন। হোয়াট ইজ দ্যাট?
Right.
ফার্স্টে তুমি আমাকে বলো, হোয়াট ইজ আ গ্লাস স্কিন?
I think what I understand is when the Koreans try and show their skin, which is like super, glowy and hydrated and glossy, which somewhere because of their food habits and because of their region where they are is also one of the reasons as to why they look the way they look. We probably may not have a similar skin because of the position of our of the country in such a manner. So I think what glass skin means is a very well hydrated, shiny, skin.
Like your skin.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for the compliment if it shines. But I do take care of it, yeah. So, but not the Korean steps.
Okay.
So the Korean, the other question was, you said Korean
Glass skin.
yeah. So when people say Korean glass skin, they are expecting your skin to be flawless, clear, hydrated, glossy, glowy.
Okay. So you just told je multiple layers of applying cream is.
Yeah, I don't believe in that. That's what Korean skincare is all about,
So what is that?
So Korean skincare talks about many creams. Yeah. So it's like you practically need half an hour time to just do their process. For me, that's again another way of
wasting time.
Wasting time and wasting your energy, and also wasting a lot of money to buy these creams. So a cream has to be something which is functional, which has a super R&D, which is medical grade, which makes sense, and it has a great outcome. You don't have to sit in front of the the mirror and waste 30 minutes of your time layering product after product after product after product. I think only a person who is whole day sitting at home can afford to do it. For A, B, in a environment like ours where it's super humid, you really think layering so many creams is going to be helpful? I don't agree to that. But yes, there are people who have, who love to layer it. But in our condition, it may even lead to comedons or acne breakouts because there are so many layers to it. So I think what you need to do is to be more logical based on where your position on the equator is and decide products which work according to your region and not based on another country. So actually Korean skincare is all about layering many different formulas one after the other. Now one more medical reason here would be the more products you use, the more preservative they are carrying, which means you are exposing your skin to many chemicals and many preservatives. So you have high risk of getting, skin allergies, rashes. It may not suit all.
Right.
So as much as it sounds interesting for somebody who's not doing it, it is not very practical and it is also not very safe for everyone to do it. It's not a must to do.
It's not a must.
It's not a must to do. I think what is a must is, as I said, what suits your skin. There are a lot of people who like to use papaya on their skin. A lot of people may use pomegranate juice. A lot of people may use just a tomato or a potato sliced in. So I think if that works for you, just do it and do it every day and make it a habit rather than doing something which has come from a different region altogether if it doesn't suit your region and your support your environment. So I mean the climate, I mean. So that's where it stands for me.
So you are not going to recommend that for our climate?
I do not recommend the Korean range of products.
Right.
I'm not a big fan of theirs because there are better formulations which are more bang on.
Like?
As I said, vitamin C as an antioxidant.
Okay.
Right? Niacinamide, a brilliant, formula or composition that goes for all skin type. Right? Retinols, amazing product for somebody to build up the collagen, to remove your fine lines, to remove your pigmentation. Does not make your skin oily, greasy. So when you have such wonderful formulations, azelaic acid, you have, then you have kojic acid. They are there. Glycolic acid. Just go meet your doctor. Use things which are functional. Don't do a thing which is there for, what do you call them? Trends? Instagram trends. So the trends come, the trends go. Right? So you got to do something which is there forever. Right? That's how we as doctors think. So for me, Korean skincare products is a trend.
Okay, great.
But Korean glass glow treatment is there to stay.
Okay.
So when someone says I want a Korean glass skin, that's where a job starts. So we understand by itself that they are looking for a well hydrated, nourished, dewy, softer, glowy skin.
Okay.
Now, how do you achieve it? Is the job for us.
Okay.
But there is nothing like a Korean glass skin. A Korean glass skin for me is a healthy, nice, dewy, radiant skin.
Okay. Well, how can we boost our collagen naturally?
See, to boost the collagen naturally, again, all the things that I said that, you have to stimulate the collagen. You have to, the stimulation happens when you are going to remove the buildup by using various exfoliators time to time, by cleansing it very well. For a lot of people, a soap is, for a lot of boys, in fact, they would just go to the shower. In 5 minutes, they're out. So, and one soap and all done. So starting from cleansing to exfoliation to ensuring that you're using an active, all of this is very important to stimulate your collagen. So we were talking about peels. You were talking about
I was
right?
talking about
So when you're talking about peels, we're basically talking about stimulating the collagen itself.
Okay.
Right? Because these are the peels. They can be the extract from your fruits or they can be some chemical extracts which you are taking out and then putting on the skin, leaving it for some time. It can be salicylic acid, lactic acid, kojic acid, it can be ferulic acid. Many acids are there in the market covering different layers of skin. The superficial, the medium and the deeper skin, So they can also help in building up your collagen. Eating right, You know, we have now collagen powders that you can take it. Right?
Oh.
That really helps, right?
Okay.
Collagen in the form of liquid collagen are there. Then having omega-3s, vitamin E's, you know, they all work in synchronization.
Okay.
Having good amount of vitamin B12, vitamin B levels have to be sufficiently there. Then various stimulations happen at clinic, whether it starts from the peels to the radiofrequencies to the fractional lasers, where the entire idea is to stimulate the collagen and the elastin and the ground substance so that the overall skin plums up. जब आप collagen stimulation बोलते हो तो क्या है वो? We are talking about the skin being plump.
Right.
Natural cushioning is there so that the skin doesn't age and the skin looks young and youthful.
Yeah.
So that's the whole.
Do you inject collagens?
Yeah, these days we also have boosters or you know, polynucleotides which can be injected inside to stimulate the collagen and help them multiplying further. So that's a very popular treatment, in fact.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it not only builds up the collagen, it also keeps the skin hydrated and it doesn't volumize your face. Like unlike the other fillers which really make your face go big in volume, the collagen hydrators do not volumize your face. So they're very popular.
Okay. তুমি এবার আমাকে বলো, I've heard about peels. এই যে তুমি এক্সফোলিয়েশন বলছো, তো সেক্ষেত্রেও বলা হয় যে খুব ফাস্ট রেজাল্ট পাওয়ার জন্য কিছু পিল করা হয়। সেই পিল করলে ইউ ক্যানট গো আউট অন দ্য সান ফর সাম টাইম।
Right.
তো এই peeling off, is this a right process of treatment?
Right. See, the peel is the easiest form of a treatment that can be done in the clinic. So it's very widely available. I have also heard that a lot of salons today do it.
Yeah.
Now that's where the problem is, because they're not as simple. Yeah, they need a doctor's supervision thoroughly based on what formulation is used. There are timings. You have to make sure that the patient's skin is primed before we put the chemical on the face, because end of the day these are chemicals. Now here we are stimulating the collagen that you were asking me previously, but in a very mechanical manner. It's not a natural way of collagen stimulation. So you are applying the peel, which is an acid, leaving it onto the skin, letting the skin exfoliate. Now, if it is not done in a proper hand, it can burn the skin.
Yeah.
You can get a sensitivity of the skin. You may have extreme redness, which may stay for a longer period of time.
Right.
And your skin can become so sensitive that, you know, each time when you go out, you struggle and it burns.
Yeah.
So I think as much as it is prevalent and easily available, it's also something which has to be in the right hands.
Right.
So that is where randomly going and taking peels from anyone can put you into trouble.
And it is said that you cannot go out on the sun for 7
Absolutely.
days or 10 days.
Yes, based on the level at which the peel is working. You know, if it is a medium depth peel or a deep peel, then it will obviously exfoliate your skin, and you're going to see flakes coming out and patches coming out and of dead skin coming out. So that is the time when your skin is super vulnerable and you cannot be out. Now, that is where the debate lies, because I feel that, you know, ours is a traditionally, you know, I mean, very hot and a humid climate, right? So, and it is impossible to sit indoors. You cannot be just piling on the sunscreen and, you know, not coming out. And something as simple as cooking, you can't do that. You cannot even watch TV. You cannot be on the phone. Now, even that is emitting your green light and your UV radiation. So you know, it is so much, it makes your day-to-day life so difficult. So I think you have to be extremely careful about what peel, under whose supervision, contact timing of that particular peel, and what is it that you want to achieve out of the peel in the long run.
Okay.
If it is just a detan, you don't have to use very deep peels. Yeah, if it is all about looking youthful, then there are much nicer treatments which are not as harsh as peels. So that's where I think sitting and having an open discussion with the doctor really helps, because they can look at a bigger goal and they can walk together with you and make it in a manner which is very safe for you.
Okay. Okay. And what is lip enhancement, like lip
No,
job?
that's feature enhancement.
Feature enhancement.
Yeah, and I'm very popular with all of them.
Yeah. The best one.
Yeah, I think a lot of women, because being a lady doctor, I think I was the first one to start all of that, and I got a privilege because a lot of women felt comfortable coming to me and talking about it, and that's when we designed this whole feature enhancement, because with time we realized that the femininity of a woman lies in her features. So if she has broad, big eyes, dense brows, long lashes, well-crafted nose, lesser, wider nose, fuller lips, and a beautiful chin, it makes them look more feminine. So instead of just chasing the fine lines or trying correcting the pigmentation or removing the pores and removing the scars, I think I went beyond and tried doing things on women which are going to make them feel more confident, comfortable, more feminine, because that's what we all want to feel. And that's how the whole feature enhancement came in. And now it's very popular, and I feel happy because a lot of women feel extremely happy receiving those services. And for a lot of people, it's been a great game changer.
Yeah.
And they look beautiful, and they've been able to do great in their lives, and personal fronts in their family lives, and whether it's been their work. So I'm glad that they are happy.
How a lip job is done?
How, it's difficult to make you understand, but why, I can tell you, because as I said, few people may have lips that when they smile, the whole the denture is visible, the whole upper denture. For few people, the lip may be too small, and when they smile, the lip completely bend inwards and the lip is not visible. So it doesn't look like a full smile. For a lot of people, it may be pigmented because they smoke, so they're not very confident about their lip color. So for some people, it may be very flat with no proper shape of a lip. So there are various reasons for which people come, and I think so I think it's very popular. I wouldn't just say that for people.
No, I have seen you injecting on the lips. What do you inject?
Post anesthesia.
Okay.
Post anesthesia. Everything that we inject is post anesthesia. So that's why, that's the reason.
No, their lips swell or.
No, they don't swell, but there is some amount of reaction which stays for 24 hours to 48 hours, for which we also give medication, and then it comes out normal.
What do you inject? That is what I want to know.
Again, hyaluronic. Because
Hyaluronic.
that is what is found in the body, and that is what is there in your lips. And as you age, it constantly degrades because of constant talking, because of the perioral muscle working too hard there, sometimes because of vaping, smoking, hookahs. All of these may actually lead to premature aging of the lips as well. So yeah, the hyaluronic goes there. A lot of times we also inject PRP on men to make their lips look more tinty and glossy and red. So it's also done for men. Yeah.
এবার তুমি আমাকে বলো যে এই নোজ কারেকশন, নোজ এনহ্যান্সমেন্ট, সেটা কিভাবে হয়?
Now imagine,
are these surgical? My first
they're non-surgical.
Non-surgical.
They're non-surgical. Yes, we are not coming under the knife, but today they are more safer. They are not like implants. See, the problem with the implant is that if you ever have any accidents, you got to remove those implants. But the safer part with the injectables is they are super safe. They degrade inside your body like how your natural cells degrade over a period of time. So hyaluronic just goes inside and takes up the shape of your nose and comes out as if you always had a sharp nose, you always had a nice tip, you always had a less wider nasal ala. So it just comes out so natural that it is very difficult for a person to understand that you've done the job. Again, I think the expertise of the doctor matters here. Also, when you go for a surgical procedure, you have a downtime. The healing may take long. You will you will get bruises. It takes more longer time to come back. So I think the reason it's more popular is because people come and they walk out in 30 minutes and they're already a changed people, and what we need to do is to give them the features which suit their skin, so that they don't look someone else.
Okay.
So that is the judgment which a good artist need to have, and similarly a good doctor need to have.
লিপ জব ধরো কেউ করালো কতদিন থাকে?
See, if you don't smoke, it may stay for 9 months to a year's time. It may even stay longer than that. Not necessary that you have to only inject hyaluronic. These days we have different techniques by which you can also open up your lip. Imagine a lip muscle, falling down. So there are different techniques which can actually relax your lip muscles and give you a more open lip where you are not injecting or volumizing anything. So even those are the process which look supernatural. Yeah, so I think if you're a homemaker or if you're very conscious and you want to go for subtle changes, even that's possible. Yeah.
এইবার আসি হচ্ছে sharp jawlines.
Yeah, I think that's what a lot of males want.
Yeah, I want that.
Sharp jawline, less under eye dense, and less temple pigmentation. It's something I see with a lot of men, maybe because a lot of men spend a lot of time outside with artists, with people who are, athletes. We see a lot of this pigmentation on the temple area. Yeah, that's very popular.
No, I want to know about sharpening jawline.
That's called like how we do feminization. We also have something called masculinization, where we can make you look more masculine.
Yeah, okay.
Which means like you have more sharper, cheek. You have more sharper jawline, which comes in a certain angle, right? You have under eye dents that we remove. You have this pigmentation that we correct on. For a lot of people in Calcutta, I see a lot of fat around their neck as they cross 30. So even to reduce that, so that you look more fit, you look more in shape, and you feel confident. Yeah, that's something that we do for me.
Is that surgical?
No, it's
that is also non-surgical.
Semi-invasive, non-surgical. Yeah.
Semi-invasive. What is that?
The moment I inject anything, it's invasive, right? But I'm not cutting it, so it's not surgical.
So you are going to insert that that thing.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Acha, now I want to know about your skincare.
My skincare. Oh, okay.
Because you have a glowing skin.
No, my entire routine is like, I think I get up early in the morning, go to drop my daughter.
4?
Straight away. No, 6:30.
6:30.
Yeah, when I go to drop my daughter, and then I come back and I hit the gym. I have an amazing gym trainer who I would love to thank every moment because he's been a great inspiration for me to come into this line. Before this, I had never ever in my life worked out. I did not know the meaning of workout, because that's not something that we hear in our families, right? So, and I'm from the mountains, so I always felt that I'm fit. So I think then my gym starts, and I have also started working really religiously on the food that I eat. So I'm very careful about what I'm eating. I've left over a lot of red meat. I absolutely start my day with peanut butters and eggs like any other gym goer. And then I also have a nutritionist. So she plans out the entire diet for me. Rano is also one of the great inspiration for helping me out in terms of Ranadeep Maitra I'm talking about. I think that's one place which really tells you the importance of what life is all about. When you work out, when you fight with your own self to be the best, is the place which really makes you understand the importance of life. I've been doing this work for 16 years, so it was like this for me. But doing something which was a passion, which was something different from what I'd never done, became like a fierce thing which I had to learn. And I think I'm very functional person. I'm not somebody who spends a lot of time. As you can see, I don't color my hair. I'm absolutely against the dyes and all of that.
Have you done anything on your face for this skin?
Yeah, I have. Of course I have.
Okay.
I've done my nose, I've done my lips, I've done my chin.
Okay.
I do it on others, and I absolutely, whatever I do on others is something that I first test on myself. I want to believe in it completely. I want to be convinced, and only then I would do it on my patients.
Okay.
So that has been my formula forever, whether it is a simple thing like any medical formulation or any machine that I buy has to be approved on my family members first. And definitely I go through the literature, I see the usage of the machines and how safe the machines are. But besides that, it should be something that I can be completely relaxed using on my family. So Yes, I absolutely go by that.
You have a great skin. What do
Thanks
you
so
do?
much. I think I'm highly disciplined. I think my dad was in army, so we've always been very disciplined. I sleep by 8:39.
You sleep
Not
at
that I
8:39. You
yeah
don't party.
very irregular. I mean, I'm not a very party person as such. I've never smoked in my life. Off late, I tried to try a few things, but yeah, I have never smoked in my life. I'm not into alcohol. I have never touched sodas. Even in my house, my kids are not allowed to have
Okay.
uh,
Cold
uh,
drinks.
cold
Cold
drinks तो सवाल ही
beverage.
नहीं होता है. Even chocolates, we only make sure that either we make everything at home, bakery stuff at home.
Okay.
We never buy cakes from outside.
Okay.
And I only have, chocolates which are 90% cocoa, which means dark chocolate.
Dark
So my
chocolate.
children are also exposed to dark chocolate. So they don't know, because anything less than 90% cocoa has a lot of sugar,
Okay.
right? So, and refined sugar exaggerates aging. So you age faster. Your
Acha.
carbonated drinks age you faster, right? So these are some of the habits which were inculcated in us. Now I try and actually give the same to my kids. So I think that is what works great for me. I think great sleep, and I work out. I'm like a hardcore,
Yeah. You are a hardcore gym person.
gym person. Thanks to my trainer, who actually told me to mention his name. So Pranav Sarkar, you have done a wonderful job, and I think he's really changed my life, because I was not into hardcore gymming, but I understood the importance of strength training
How
and
important
cardio.
is strength training to maintain a very good
I think
skin?
very important for every woman. If you start early, somehow in India we don't have the knowledge and the culture, and we don't propose weights to women somehow.
Exactly.
And men have this thought process that women who are muscular are not great looking, are not sexy, which is very cliche. I think every woman has to build up the muscles, because post a certain age you start losing muscles. That's called sarcopenia.
Okay.
Now, sarcopenia is a process where you start losing a lot of muscles. You are, as it is aging, the bone is also regressing. So you don't want to come to that fragile state where you're not able to even lift yourself up and be running when you're 60s, right? So it's a very individual choice, and I think every woman should make this choice to take care of herself, because during the initial days a woman is too busy with her children, managing her own work, managing her husband, and by the time the children are 20, they're already leaving houses. The husbands have got a better job positions, they are settled, and suddenly a woman feels that she looks very haggard, she has nobody to go back to, and she has to start from scratch, and the age doesn't support her. So I think that's a very vulnerable place to be in. And I think everyone should take care of themselves, and everyone should be fit. That's how India is going to be fit. That's how people are going to have a longer lifespan. What we talk about today, how much we talk about longevity, so. And everybody's going to be healthy, and nobody's going to be dependent on nobody, and everybody's going to be great looking. That's where we help you in terms of looking great. But I think it's a absolutely 360-degree holistic approach. Nobody says that make me look beautiful, but my bones should be
Exactly so. Exactly so.
bad, or my muscles should be all gone. And I look at beauty as an absolute complete package.
What is your definition of beauty?
I think for me, beautiful is how a person feels, not necessarily whether you have a skin color which is fair or a skin color which is. I think beautiful is somebody who's complete, who feels absolutely happy in her body. Her soul is absolutely, filled. She's mentally, knows that everybody is accepting her, and she is in her best state.
What do you think about aging gracefully?
I absolutely believe in aging gracefully. I think everybody should gracefully age, and you should also be scientifically and biologically, if you want to look great on screen, like now, being a person like you who's an actor, I have a lot of actors who come to me.
Yeah.
Now, people are judgmental.
Very much.
The big screen doesn't leave a line which is visible.
Yeah.
It's all exaggerated, visible to the whole world.
Exactly. Actors cannot afford to have wrinkles on their skins.
Yeah, but I just wish that people were a little more merciful and
They are not.
accepted
They're not to
accepted
actors, they're not.
No, that's the
They're
that's
brutal
the,
at times,
yeah.
and the worst part is they want you to look good. They want you to look wrinkle free without a single spot on your skin. But whenever they see that you went to a clinic or to a specialist like you,
Yeah.
instantly you get trolled.
Yeah, I can accept. I absolutely feel your pain, and I have been facing this issue for several years now because I've been practicing from 2009. So this is my 16th plus year. When I started, there was not many clinics which were individual clinics. So I can understand absolutely as to what you're saying, and it hurts me and it makes me feel sad because I think everyone has the right to look nice. Everyone has the right to age the way they want to age.
Exactly so.
Everyone has the right to the choice of what they want, how they want to be looked. And I think, people coming from your background absolutely know based on what roles you are getting, what kind of look you are wanting. Sometimes it may be expected out of you to look a certain way, maybe more mature or less mature. So even all the actors or people in the media have the right to look nice. I think that's where people are a little harsh, and I just wish that everybody tries and understands as much as they want to look nice, the actors have
to
more. I think
they're bound to look good actually.
Yeah. So
And how do you feel when any of your girls get trolled?
I feel very bad. I feel extremely bad, and I feel as to why is it that there is expectation that they should be working, they should be absolutely brilliant in acting, which they are, but at the same time they should be flawless. Everybody should age, but they should not age at all, which is too much of an expectation. And they have the right to entertain you, and you have the right to accept them. And they have the right to do what they want to do.
Exactly.
And it hurts me very badly, and that's one of the reasons as to why I do not appear for a lot of shows and I do not give a lot of interviews to the journalist, because I simply connect with them. For me, they're like my family. I have seen them grow. I have been with them, and it pains me immensely. Yes, and I would definitely want people to change their views.
Yeah.
If you want your daughter to look nice on her D-Day, imagine an actor performing every day for you and has to look his best every day, irrespective of whether he is down with viral fever or any incidents in the family.
Died.
Yeah, that's what.
Doesn't
Anybody
matter.
has died, you still have to come entertain and look
the show must
flawless.
go on.
But you cannot do anything about your aging. So that's a sad state, and I hope people change and people are more merciful and understand that you're doing a bigger thing of entertaining them, and they should at least be accepting the fact that you look a certain way and you are performing and you are great on screen.
এবার তুমি আমার অডিয়েন্সের জন্য যেটা বলে দাও যে ন্যাচারালি ওই গ্লোয়িং স্কিনের জন্য তোমার যদি কোনো সিক্রেট সস বলার থাকে বা কোনো টিপস দেওয়ার থাকে যেগুলো তারা বাড়িতে ইউজ করলে তারা অনেক দিন পর্যন্ত হেলদি স্কিন গ্লোয়িং স্কিন রাখতে পারে।
All right. The first and the foremost important thing is to be happy. We all have stress in life. Just try and pull out time for yourself. Get into something which excites you, which gives you a kick. It can be anything, as I said. It can be dancing, singing, performance. Just going for a spa, working out, swimming, anything. I think so important it is for our entire cognitive function, for our brain health, to keep ourselves at peace. Number one. Number two, I think having a great diet goes a long way. I think you have to really not distract yourself from all the things which are available in the market, like all the sugary cookies, and thanks to all this Swiggies and Dunzos of the world, now at a click you can get everything at your doorstep. So I think you need a super disciplined willpower not to go and binge into all those crappy stuff. All the more important once you cross 40. And very simple things. I think whatever suits you, whatever you have been doing earlier. Imagine if somebody likes to use what do you say, rice. There are people who actually like to use this fermented rice water, which acts like a lactic acid. So I think you can use that. For a lot of people, flax seeds soaked in water overnight sort of works. Having a great diet in terms of having all the essential, things like omega-3, your avocados, your seeds and nuts and seeds. All of this will help. And then I think somewhere when you feel that things are going out of your control, do visit your skin doctors. I think it's very essential to take charge at the right time. A lot of times when you waste a lot of time thinking that you can do it, you have already wasted so much of time that a lot of work needs to be done on you. So go to the doctor at the right time, whoever you trust, and start with the basic, so that you are smart and you're also saving your time at home and doing whatever the basic can be done. So combining both, I think, can go a long way.
Great. Who is your favorite actor on Hollywood you think has the best skin?
No, why did you go to Hollywood? I think in India also I have my favorite. I don't think of that far.
Tell me.
I think I have lots of. I mean, in Bombay or here?
In
I
Bollywood first.
Bollywood first.
Yeah, Bollywood
first. I don't watch a lot of movies. I think this Katrina's great skin. The girl who does a lot of karate. What's her name?
Karate.
This Jackie Shroff's.
Oh, Tiger Shroff.
Tiger Shroff's girlfriend. What's her name?
Disha
Patnani.
Patani. Okay, Disha Patani.
I think somewhere when I think about great skin, I also think about good lifestyle. So I think, that's how I.
Who do you think has the best skin on
you're good.
Tollywood? টলিউডের সবচেয়ে ভালো
Madhurima, Roopsha, Nusrat, Mimi.
No, pick one.
Who else is left now? Please spare me, girls. If I'm forgetting someone's name, Rukmini. Each one of you. I think everybody has great skin.
I know. Pick one. Who's the best?
I know you cannot
pick
do this.
two.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You're gonna. No.
Yeah, do it.
I picked.
For fun, come on.
You pick up anyone.
No, I'm not going to pick anyone. You are the best one.
No, for me, they are like my. They're like my.
Yeah.
You don't pick up a favorite child, right? There's
nothing. Oh, you always pick a favorite child.
I have no favorite child.
Every mom has a favorite child. Every dad has a favorite child.
No, I don't know who you're talking about.
Okay. Let's talk about heroes. Which hero has the best skin in Tollywood? Okay, let me give you options. Dev, Prosenjit Chatterjee, Mane Bumbada,
oh my God.
Jeet. Who has the best skin?
Each one of them. Do you really want to get into a fight? Have you come with that mode? I have come all like safeguarding, all guards down. No, I think each one of them. I absolutely admire Jeet for taking such good care, and I know Prosenjit for a very long time when I was associated with Kaya. I think he's extremely disciplined. Dev, I've not had a chance to sort of meet in my own clinic. I would love him to come to my clinic. However, I take care of Rukmini. So I assume Rukmini has great set of creams and ideas, and so she gives it to him. But all three of them have a great. I love Bonnie's skin.
Bonnie?
I think he has. He looks amazing these days.
Okay.
So each one of them looks great. Yeah.
Okay. And among the girls? Like Mimi and...
As I said, each one of them.
Mimi,
each one of them.
Rukmini and Nusrat. Who has the best natural...
Each one of them. My reply remains the same, no matter what you do. No matter how twisted you ask it.
No, it's not about twisting.
See, for me,
it's
I'll tell you something. It's not about the skin. It's the...
personality.
No, the personality for sure. The amount of effort you put to take care of it. Yash, the amount of effort that he takes care to take care of his skin. For me, that makes me that gives me a kick.
Okay.
And these people already have great skin, but they are conscious. They take care of it. They put efforts. They do everything possible to maintain it.
Right.
And that's what I, as a doctor, respect.
ওকে থ্যাংক ইউ ভেরি মাচ। আমাদের আজকের এপিসোডটা এখানে শেষ হলো। আমি জানি আপনাদের প্রত্যেকের মনে আরও প্রচুর প্রশ্ন, আমার মনেও প্রচুর প্রশ্ন, এবং ডক্টর নেগির ক্ষেত্রেও আমার জানার শেষ নেই, কারণ ওনার জীবনের অনেকগুলো অংশকে আমি এক্সপ্লোর করতে চাই। ফলে বুঝতেই পারছেন, ইট ইজ গোয়িং টু বি আ সিরিজ। আপনাদের কেমন লাগলো অবশ্যই আমাদের জানান, লাইক করুন, কমেন্ট করুন, সাবস্ক্রাইব করুন। তুমি যদি একটু তোমার অডিয়েন্সদের আমাদের ওই ক্যামেরাটায় বলে দাও টু লাইক অ্যান্ড সাবস্ক্রাইব অ্যান্ড কমেন্ট।
Yes, please. I've tried to give a very honest, first time podcast interview to anybody in 16 years. So I would love you to subscribe and watch it and give us your feedbacks and let us know as to what more do you want to know. Thank you so much.
আমি আরেকটা জিনিস বলে দিচ্ছি, এটা আমি পার্সোনালি করব, একটু জ্বালাবই, যে 3জন মানুষ যাদের স্কিন কেয়ার সংক্রান্ত কোনো প্রশ্ন যদি থাকে সেটা তারা আমাদের কমেন্টে জানান, আমরা সেটার উত্তর পুনমের থেকে জেনে বলবো, তাই তো?
Right.
ওকে, থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ। আপনাদের সবার সঙ্গে দেখা হচ্ছে আগামী সপ্তাহে। টিল দেন, স্টে ওয়েল, গুড নাইট।